We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
On today's segment of Know Your Rights, we're talking about an important part of our legal system, the right to remain silent. Many people think that just staying silent when police ask questions is all it takes to protect themselves. The Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives us protection against self-incrimination, or more simply put, the ability to avoid saying things that could get us into trouble or into more trouble. The importance of this right cannot be stated enough, because it is essential for you to understand that being silent isn't the same as using this right. That means that you cannot stay silent to remain silent. To really protect yourself, you have to clearly tell police that you're choosing not to talk. You might say, "I'm using my right to stay silent," or "I want a lawyer before I say anything." Being clear about your intention is crucial to making sure that police understand that you are asserting your Fifth Amendment right. If you don't explicitly tell police that you are remaining silent, they could think that you are just being hesitant or quiet temporarily. And anything you do say could be used against you in court. So remember that when police ask questions, it is not enough to just keep quiet. You have to speak up to protect yourself by asserting your rights. That wraps up our discussion for today. Stay informed. Know your rights.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Open cell 13. Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
What up, you already know what it is, your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. Today we got Drama in the building, straight out of Brooklyn. Drama did 4 years in the feds. He was 6'9", co-defendant, got caught out there for just hanging out. His story is very crazy, interesting, because it just shows how easy it is for a person to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? How thirsty the system is to lock a brother down, not knowing that they ain't really have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So, you know, I just think that his story is very interesting and super legendary, man. So with that being said, let's get right to it, man. Drama, what up? Brooklyn. What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. And today we got Drama in the building, straight out of Brooklyn. What's up, Drama?
What up, man?
Welcome home,
what's up, man? Thank you. No, I appreciate you, man.
Okay, already know,
Definitely
man.
appreciate you,
that,
man.
man. It's all
Yeah,
up, man. So you been home 2 months?
2 months, man. 2 months I've been out, man. 2 months.
2 months fresh.
Fresh out,
Out the
man.
feds?
2 months. Yeah, I was fresh out the feds, man.
Fresh
2
out the
months, man.
feds.
Yep.
Okay. Just a little bit before we get into anything, would you let us know where you from in Brooklyn and
Yeah.
what a little bit of your background, like your siblings, how you was raised, where you from, and what year, you know, and you started getting in trouble and all that. Like, you know, give us a little history.
I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights, or whatever, Kingsborough Projects, or whatever the case may be. And
Okay.
I've been going basically. I've been coming back and forth to jail since a juvenile, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. You know what I mean? Doing dumb shit. You know what I mean, as a kid or whatever the case may be. This is back in like '96 type shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I've been going back and forth to spa fits and fucking beach houses, group
Oh, you
homes
been to
and
beach
shit
houses
like
and
that.
all that?
Yeah,
You been
yeah,
to Spofford?
hell yeah. I've been
Yeah,
in
I've been
Spofford.
to Spofford in the beach house.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I've
That
been
shit
going
still
back and
around,
forth.
huh?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yep. Been on the barge, the boat, and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since a youngin' or whatever the case may be. Just doing dumb shit, getting
You
in
got
trouble.
other
You know what I mean?
siblings?
Yeah. I had an older brother or whatever. You know, he had got killed by the police back in 2006 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
bro, sorry to
Police
hear
killed
that,
them
man.
and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. That was back in 06. Then I got a younger sister or whatever right now, or whatever the case may be. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so it's 3 of y'all.
Yeah, it's 3 of us. You know what I mean?
Dad?
Yeah, my pops live in Jersey right now, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
I ain't speak to him in like a week or whatever, but
Oh, but
you know, he's still
existing.
around. Yeah. My mom's, you know what I mean? They
That's
still
cool.
around, or whatever the
So
case
growing
may
up,
be.
tell me a little bit growing up, man, out there in Brooklyn and all that.
Yeah, basically, man, growing up, man, or whatever the
You know,
case may be.
what led you to get into, to shit? Like what you was doing?
You know, basically, you know, I'm from Kingsborough Projects or whatever the case may be. You know, basically, typical shit, man. You know, nigga trying to get some money or whatever the case may be. Fucking brand new pair of Jordans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, though? So, you know, niggas just basically started selling drugs and shit like that, doing little bullshit robberies and running around in stolen cars, driving them shits to school as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, acting like they my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And you was what? How old?
I was about 14, 13 going on 14 or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
And with your pops and moms, they didn't know what you was doing?
Nah, my moms didn't really know. You know, my moms knew what I was doing, but she didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? You know how moms is. She overlooked shit or whatever the case may be. And then back
She
then,
ain't never catch you out there like that.
nah, she ain't never
She just
catch me.
heard.
Yeah, exactly. And back then, like I said, back then or whatever the case may be, my pops wasn't really around like that back then. You know what I'm saying? Though? Basically, I used to live with my grandmother.
So nobody really basically didn't tell you nothing. They couldn't.
Nah, exactly. You know what I mean? And then around that time, like, you know, my brother was getting money in Allentown, Pennsylvania, all on the highways and shit like that. So I basically was trying to follow his footsteps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You was just going on, and you ain't had nobody telling you shit either. So
Nah, I ain't had nobody to tell me.
There, Mom Duke and your sister.
And my sister around that time, she was probably about like 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah,
My younger sister, whatever, around that time. So
I get
you
it.
feel me? So that's how that basically was. I basically was trying to follow my big brother footsteps at the time and shit like that. Know what I mean?
Cool. So, what year you went to jail? Like, you know, like you could say you went jail. You went to Rikers Island?
I went to Rikers Island. In 1999. That was my first time really on Rikers Island. Yeah, I was in the 4 building in
How was that experience
1999.
going over the bridge? I mean, share that with us. I mean, you first time going to Rikers Island.
That shit was
You a street guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you in the streets and all that, but now we talking about a whole different boat. You know what I mean? We going to jail, you going over a bridge. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that shit was kind of crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my first time on Rikers Island, I think I was in like the Sprungs or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No, but like I said, at the end of the day, man, like, I'm a type of person, like, whatever situation you put me in or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? So I basically adapted. I mean,
Yeah, you adapt.
exactly.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I basically adapted or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And what year was this that you went to the
That was in
island?
1999.
99.
I had a gun charge. Yeah, I had got caught with a gun or whatever the case
Okay,
may
you
be.
got to go with a gun.
Yeah, I was shooting at somebody and wound up getting caught with it in front of the precinct. Basically getting caught in front of 77th precinct with the gun.
Yeah, 77 precinct. Okay. They caught you right there and then.
Yeah, yep. They caught me red-handed. They wound up giving me 6 months, 5 years probation, like a 6-5 split for that shit. I mean,
Okay.
so I sat up for that. When I got locked up for that, I had a DFY hold because I was already like on a run from probation. You know, they give you
Yeah, they give
probation
you
for
probation,
division
all
for
that.
youth or whatever.
Yep.
So I sat up for that, whatever case may be, and then I also had the DFY hold, the division for youth hold or whatever. But they never came and picked me up from Rikers Island, so they wound up letting me go. This was like in 2000. They wound up letting me go.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
All right, shit. So, how was the island?
that shit was rough, man. I ain't gonna front. That shit was rough, man. You had to. One thing about that Rikers Island back then, as far as me growing up back in adolescence or whatever the case may be, man, you had to hold on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You really had to adapt. I'm gonna keep it real. You had to adapt, man. If you wasn't adapting to that shit, man, you wasn't really living.
Yeah.
You wasn't really living in the house if you wasn't adapting to that shit.
When you was
know
there,
what I'm saying?
when you went through, they had tablets and all that.
Nah. They ain't had no tablets. They ain't had no.
that.
Nah, they ain't had no tablets. That tablet shit is kind of new. They ain't had no tablets when I was going through there as an adolescent back in 99 and 2000.
Okay.
They ain't have no tablets and none of that.
Okay. And now, since then, I heard you when you came home from the feds.
Yeah.
So how long before you went back to the feds, and what happened? What transpired as far as your fed bit? You know what I'm saying? Like what occurred and what led you to the feds? I heard that you 6ix9ine was your co-defendant.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
6ix9ine.
I don't want to make it based on that, but I want the details about when you went back to jail. You went to the feds. What year?
In 2019, I wound up going to the feds.
Okay.
Yep, 2019, I went to the feds, man. Basically, in 2018 or whatever the case may be, like I said, man, like I was running around with 6ix9ine or whatever. Motherfuckers looking out for him, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, make a long story short, around that time or whatever the case may be, I was running back and forth to Atlanta and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, through the course of me running back and forth to Atlanta, whatever the case may be, my cousin is a big party promoter out there in Atlanta, named Mr. Ruggs or whatever the case may be, right? So through the course of me being down there for I think it was for like one of his all white parties or something like that, he wound up introducing me to Jadakiss or whatever the case may be. So now, as I'm running around with Jada, make a long story short, me and Jada got tight or whatever. As I'm running around with Jadakiss, that's what like kind of slowed me down from hanging around 6ix9ine and shit like that, because I'm running around with Jadakiss now. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one day me and him sitting in the studio, and he had told me like, "Yo, listen, man, this around time 6ix9ine or whatever, he was doing mad goofy shit all on social media, yeah, putting up little stupid shit and shit like
crazy.
that. You know what I'm saying? So Kiss like, yo, listen, one day we in the studio or whatever, he like, yo, listen, man, this one he was recording that hunting season or whatever the case may be. So he like, yo, listen, man. He said, yo, make sure you stay away from this kid, man. He said, this kid is going to be your downfall or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, you right. You know, he basically giving me big brother advice or whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, nah, you right or whatever. He's like, I'm telling you, man. He said,
shout
yo.
out to YO, Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss, what's up? So he like, yo, I'm watching all the social media and shit, YouTubes and shit like that. This kid is doing shit, and he basically posting shit that he's doing and shit like that. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he like, yo, listen, man. He said, I'm telling you, man, from me to you, man, I love you, man, from me to you, or whatever the case may be. Stay away from this kid because I don't want you to get caught up in this kid wrath. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I wound up stop dealing with him like that. You know what I'm saying? I blocked him off of social media. I wound up start dealing with him like that. Unbeknownst to me that the investigation was already going on around this time. I didn't know. I mean, so one day I ain't speak to him in like 6 months. So one day me and my girl, we going to Miami or whatever. This right before he had got robbed and shit like that. Know what I mean? Okay. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that somebody had told him that I the one who wound up. Somebody had basically told 6ix9ine that I'm the one who lined him up for him to get robbed. Because nobody really ain't know where his crib was at or whatever the case may be. I didn't know it at the time. Okay. So, mind you, this around the time, like a week after he had got robbed or whatever the case may be, he was in the hospital and all that. I still didn't speak to him I still didn't speak to him around this time. So, one day, me and my girl, this around the 4th of July, like in 2018, we go out there for Miami. She like, yo, come on, let's go to Miami or whatever. We're going to go out there for a few days. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we go out there for a few days or whatever the case may be. But before we went out there, me and her wound up missing our flight in the airport. So because me and her was eating, drinking, bullshitting around, so we wound up missing our flight. So they wound up rescheduling. Yeah, so they wound up rescheduling us for our flight or whatever the case may be. It was like a 3-4 hour layover, I think in JFK or LaGuardia, one of them airports. So as we sitting there, whatever, I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom right quick. She like, all right, cool, go ahead. So as I'm coming back from the bathroom and shit, she like, yo, there go your boy right there. I'm like, who? She like, yo, 6ix9ine. So I turn around. He like from afar, whatever. Him, Shotty, the driver. It's probably like 6-7 of them. You know what I mean? The airport security or whatever. So now I'm like, yo, what's up? So he turned around or whatever the case may be. But me being around him and me having him around me all this time or whatever, I know basically how he act. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, what the fuck he giving me like the cold shoulder for or whatever the case may be. So now I'm like, yo, what's up? So Shotty turned around. He like, oh shit, bro, what's up? So they all come over there now. Now once he sees Shotty coming over there, now he turns around. He walks over. Know what I mean? So I'm thinking maybe being that he just got robbed or whatever the case may be, he probably feel a little embarrassed. That's what I'm thinking. Know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, all right. Normally he'll jump on me, what up, play shit like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm talking to Shotty. At this time they're going to Tampa, Florida. He got a show in Tampa. So Shotty like, yo, where you going, bro? So I'm like, yo, me and my girl going to Miami or whatever. He like, word? So he like, yeah. So I'm like, yo, let me get your number and shit. This is what I tell Shotty. Let me get your number, whatever the case may be. So he like, yo, get it from the driver, whatever the case may be. Boom, boom, boom. So I wound up getting the number from the driver, whatever the case may be. But 6ix9ine kid was kind of like standoffish or whatever. So I'm like, damn, the fuck wrong with him? So he like, all right, bro, we gonna holler at you later, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, cool. So they wound up leaving or whatever the case may be. So as I'm standing there, I'm saying it in my mind, like, damn, fuck wrong with this nigga? So as I'm thinking in my girl, like, yo, you don't feel that he was acting funny? So I'm like, yo, it's crazy. I was just saying the same shit in my mind and shit. I'm like, the fuck wrong with him? So now probably like an hour before our flight was about to depart, I wound up calling my homegirl. So I'm talking to her, my homegirl G's. I'm talking to her, whatever the case may be. So she like, yo, I'm like, yo, guess who I just seen just now? She like, who? I'm like, yo, I just seen 6. She like, for real? So she like, yo, he spoke to you? So when she said he spoke to me, I'm like, what the fuck? He ain't supposed to speak to me? Know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, he spoke to me. Well, what's up? Know what I mean? She like, yo, you sure he spoke to you? So I'm like, yeah, I seen him, Shotty. I seen the driver, whatever the case may be. So she like, yo, I forgot to tell you the other day. She said, yo, somebody had pulled up on me or whatever and said 6 basically was saying that he felt that I had something to do with him getting robbed because I knew where he lived at. Know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, why you been there and tell me that? She like, yo, I forgot to call you. I'm like, yo, if you'd have told me that, I'd have approached the situation right there. It's time to address it right here. Know what I mean? Because I ain't had nothing to do with that. Yeah. Whatever happened, I wasn't even around him. And this around the time, like, I was running around with kissing him. I'm back in Atlanta with my cousin. I'm running around with kissing him heavy or whatever.
Moving different.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, I wish you'd have been told me that or whatever the case may be because I'd have approached him about the situation. So now that she's telling me that, everything start dawning on me. I'm like, damn, that's probably why he was acting funny. You know what I mean? I'm thinking he was acting funny probably because he was embarrassed because he was talking a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And then that shit happened to him. I mean, out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why I was thinking like, damn, maybe he embarrassed or whatever the case may be.
So how you end up in this case? How all that happened?
All right, now this is what happened, right? One day we go to the Barclays Center. Whatever the case may be. This around the time 6ix9ine supposed to have.
This was you was around.
Yeah, exactly. This is before I stopped hanging with him. Know what I mean?
Okay.
This is like 2018, like April at the Barclays Center, whatever the case may be. So make a long story short, one day he called me. He like, yo, bro, get the homies together, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. We're going to shoot to the Barclays Center. This around the time him and Adrian Broner was fake trolling on Instagram and shit like that. Know what I mean? So that was the whole thing. They trolling on Instagram, and 6ix9ine was supposed to come out with him to the ring. I forgot who Adrian Broner was fighting this night. It was in the Barclays Center.
Right.
So now we all went up to the Barclays Center. It's probably like 20, 25 of us or whatever. We goes up to the Barclays Center, whatever the case may be. So make a long story short, when we get in there, whatever the case may be, the promoter, whoever was throwing an event or whatever the case may be, ain't have enough tickets for everybody. So I had my man with me or whatever the case may be. So now he only bought down 11 tickets. There's probably like 20 of us. So now he's telling 6ix9ine, like, yo, listen, man, you got to pick which ones that you want to come inside the Barclays Center with you and shit. So he like, all right, cool.
Same shit that you usually do, regular shit.
Yeah, exactly. So now he picked me. So I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I'm not going to go because I'm going to just pull back. I'm going to wait on the next round of tickets because he's telling the promoter, listen, I'm going to take whatever tickets that you got now. Once we get upstairs, I'm going to send the rest of the tickets back down and get the rest of my homies in. You know what I'm saying? So the promoter like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So I'm telling 6, I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I'm going to just chill and relax because I got my man with me. I don't want to leave him out here and shit like that. Yeah. I'm going to just go on the second round of tickets or whatever. He like, all right, cool.
No rush.
Yeah, he like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So make a long story short, they all go up there, whatever the case may be. We standing there probably for like 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? And it was like police down there, whatever the case may be, by the magnetometers or whatever. So now a shot go off upstairs or whatever the case may be. So now I hear it on the police walkie-talkies, the shots go off, all the police, lock the doors, this, that, and the third, report upstairs, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I mean, so now, we sitting there contemplating like, damn, what the fuck happened upstairs, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. Because at the time, this when Six was getting into his little shit with Casanova around this time, you know what I mean? So Cass was upstairs too. Cass and his peoples was upstairs, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened that fast? They just went up there, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So now, probably like 10 minutes, we standing down there, whatever the case may be. Me, Phoebe, a few other people standing down there. So next thing you know, you see the police escorting Shotty in the mountain, shit like that. Know what I mean? So now they escorting us out or whatever. They like, yo, y'all gotta leave the premises. So we like, all right, cool. So as we leaving or whatever the case may be, 6ix9ine, like I said, once again, he like recording shit. You know what I'm saying? So he recording everybody leaving out and shit like that, whatever. He making jokes about the situation that happened upstairs or whatever the case may be. So now he posted it. So now once you post something, the feds gonna grab the shit. You know what I'm saying? They grabs that. I mean, that's what I was part of. That's the shit that was on my indictment. I mean,
okay.
They grabs that or whatever the case may be, and then let's fast forward right after that, probably like a little after that or whatever the case may be.
What year was this?
This in 2018.
Okay.
So probably like a little after that or whatever the case may be. He was getting into it with some another artist named Slumlord Dizzy or whatever the case may be. So now we goes up to just so happened Slumlord Dizzy or whatever was at thisis50.com and shit like that. He was up at the radio station or whatever, know what I mean? So making long story short, Shotty like, yo, bro, let's just pull up on it. Let's just pull up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't doing that today. I'll pull up with you or whatever the case may be. And this was the worst thing that I could have ever did. You feel me?
Yeah.
So make a long story short or whatever, we shoot up there. I got my car and shit like that. My car is in my name. Everything is in my name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I shoot up there with my car, whatever the case may be. My car is in my name and shit. So, motherfuckers did what they did or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So now they checked the cameras and shit like that because Slumlord Dizzy and them saying they got robbed and all this old goofy shit or whatever the case may be. All right, cool. You know what I mean? So they they made a police report, whatever. So the police wound up checking the cameras and shit like that. And, they wound up seeing my car on the camera and shit like that. You know what I mean? So that was my second act. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that Fed shit, that shit go by like first act, second acts. So that was my second act, which was that. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's how I wound up getting tied into the
That's how easy it is to go to jail.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Feds, yeah.
Especially the feds. You know what I'm saying? With them feds, like I said, at the end of the day, man, it ain't like the state to where your lawyer could put in different motions to try to drop certain charges. They ain't doing none of that. That feds work with on like basically on a point system. Shit. And at the end of the day, at the time, I was still on state parole and shit like that. So that's like an extra 2-3 points. You know what I'm saying?
Guidelines and everything.
Exactly. That shoot up your offense level, your guidelines and everything.
Shit go down
exactly. That's
level.
Exactly. And that's what fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Though? Because the charge that I copped out to, that shit, if I ain't had no record, that shit only held 14 months. You know what I'm saying? Though? Being out I had a criminal history and shit, they made me cop out the 77 to 96 months with no mandatory minimum. You know what I mean? So that's how I wound up getting the 60 months. And the judge that I had, or whatever the case may be, he was big like on support letters. He was big like on those things. You know what I mean? Like he just want to see support letters. Yeah. Like, listen, like the lawyer that I had, he like, listen, you got a good judge or whatever, so just make sure you get all the support letters that you can get, just so you could get under the 77 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wound up getting mad support letters from my girl.
I could relate to that. I did all that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Court and all that. I had my whole neighborhood. Yo, he did this, he did that.
Yeah, man, that shit.
This, that, Pete did this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit real. You know
that shit real. Hell yeah. Some lawyers, some judges don't get too fucks and shit. 'Cause my judge, she was old. She was in an old Fed building. You know what I'm saying? And I used to go down that, and she was like, like, what do you think this guy is, a pellet to society? Like, he's a pellet? Like,
yeah.
She was like all these letters all of a sudden, and whatever. That ain't really. She was really rude, but she was old too, so I could relate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that
And
shit.
it worked for you though, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Them letters worked out. Them letters definitely helped
That's
me
what I'm
out,
saying.
man.
Some
Yeah,
judges, you
them
know,
letters definitely helped me
take
out.
it in consideration.
I was a little upset still, though. You know, so I'm like, damn, man, motherfucker gave me 60 months for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
That's
do
5
shit.
years. Yeah, that's 5
Just
years.
for stepping outside.
Just for stepping outside. That's like 5 years out of my kids' life. You know, I got other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, man.
How many
At the
kids you
time,
got?
I got 2 kids, man. One of my sons is 17, and my youngest son is 5 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Wow. So one was born, really?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying, though?
Shit.
He 5 years old now, know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my oldest son is 17 or whatever. But like I said, like through the majority of their lives and shit like that, like I really wasn't there. You feel where I'm
Yeah.
coming from?
Uh-huh.
Just for me, just going back and forth to prison doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Of course, man. You know, we all do that. Like, I mean, I can relate, man. I was going through the same shit, young, had my kids young, went to jail, Sparfit, you know, Ghost Shift, Beach House.
Harlem Valley and all the shit.
Then
Yeah,
graduated to Rikers Island,
man.
and
Yeah.
everything else is history. But, you know, but it sucks when you go to jail when you ain't really know what's going on. You just
Exactly.
can't. It's just like me saying, yo, we going to Club Diamonds tonight in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
And you be like, all right, P, I'm gonna meet you there. But you don't know what's going on. Oh, we just, to your understanding, we just hanging out.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You don't know that I'm beefing with
You know it's so
a whole
crazy.
bunch of other shit
Exactly.
going on.
And you know it's so crazy too, like hindsight 2020 and shit like that. Like it was plenty of times like the police was pulling me over and shit. I mean, oh nah, yo, he good. But I didn't catch on the whole time. I didn't know that I was under investigation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause that's how they is too.
Yeah, yo,
They
nah, let him go. He good.
You could
Yo,
be
he
like
good.
almost think that they're gonna fuck with you, and you be like, oh no, oh yeah, you good,
Exactly.
because they already had a bigger motive.
And that's what was going on with me at the time. So I'm like, all right, the fuck? I mean, they pulling me over. I'm drunk driving, shit like that. Yo, let him go.
Yeah,
he good.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So I'm
That's-
thinking, all right,
that's when you
I'm
really
thinking I'm that
gotta watch
nigga. That's what I was thinking. Like, all right, the police know who I am. They ain't fucking with me.
Oh,
but
no.
unbeknownst to me, I ain't know
That
the
shit
reasons
doesn't
why
exist.
is because I was on federal watch. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit doesn't exist. Hell no. They just had a bigger plan for you.
Exactly. They was like, nah, go ahead, let him go. We got somebody for
They
him.
was hoping that you get yourself more in
More
the
in the
bigger
jam.
jam.
Exactly.
Or be more hands on.
Exactly.
So then they could rock you the
now
way
they
they
could
did
really
everybody
now
else.
they could really jam me
So
up.
they
You
could
know
have
what
you
I'm
with everybody
saying?
else. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now they could really jam me up.
So,
you know what I mean?
so when they got you, like, you know, what happened? Like,
Oh fucking one day, making long story short, or
you know,
whatever
how
the
you
case may
went to
be.
court and you end up
I'm gonna tell you how I
knowing
went.
all that.
Oh, all right. Making long story short, one day my probation, my state parole called my phone and shit. I mean, so she like, yo, my phone was dead. I was in VA with my cousin and shit like that. We was about to go to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend and shit. This was back in 2019 and shit. My cousin had some shit out there.
Right.
He was having like big parties and all that shit out there. So I'm in VA at the time. I'm getting a car inspection. So I'm telling my cousin, like, yo, tomorrow we gonna shoot to Atlanta. He like, all right, cool. So one day we standing in his backyard or whatever the case may be. My girl called me. She like, yo, you know the PO call on my phone and stuff. So I'm like, word? Fuck the PO calling you for? She like, yo, I don't know. She's saying that you got to report to her today. So mind you, I'm 7 hours away. I don't belong in Virginia. So I'm like, how the fuck I'm going to report to her today? I'm in Virginia. She's like, yeah. She said you got to report to her at 4 o'clock. It was about like 11 o'clock. So I'm like, yo, there's no way I'm going to be able to report to her.
Yeah, not today.
So exactly. So this around the time my son probably about like a year old or whatever the case. He ain't even a year old. He probably like 11 months.
Right.
So she like, yo, listen, this is what we gonna do. She like, yo, fuck it, man. Just tell the PO that you was in the hospital with Shay Shay all night or whatever. He's sick, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is what we gonna do. So first I wasn't gonna call her. Cause I'm like, yo, I ain't calling her. I just reported to
You
her.
can't really say
yeah,
that
I
right
said, yo,
now,
I reported to her last week.
Yeah,
And this
right.
around the time I'm reporting every 90 days. So you know once they call you in early, something wrong. So I'm like, yo, I ain't reporting to her. Why I gotta report to her when I just reported last week? You know what I'm saying, though?
Mm-hmm.
So make a long story short, I calls her. So I'm like, yo, what's up? This, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. So she like, yo, you got to report to come see me by 4 o'clock. So I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna be able to report to come see you by 4 o'clock. She like, yo, why? What happened? This is about like it's about like 12 something now. So she like, yo, why? What's up? So I'm like, yo, I'm in an emergency room with my son. He's sick. He got a cold. So she like, go for real? So I bluffed her. I'm like, yo, man, if you want, you could come to, I thought I bluffed her. I'm like, yo, if you want, yo, you could come to Brooklyn Hospital, whatever the case may be, on DeKalb or whatever the case may be. That's where I'm at. I'm inside the emergency room with my son. So she like, nah, Mr. Butler, I ain't gotta do that or whatever the case may be, but make sure you get a doctor's letter, doctor note to say that you was in the emergency room. So I'm like, all right, cool. So she like, yo, you could come tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, that'll work for me. I'll come tomorrow, whatever. So she like, yo, how your son doing? I'm like, I'm lying like a motherfucker. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, ain't nothing. I said, yeah, he all right or whatever the case may be. The doctor gave me some medicine, gave me a subscription, told me I gotta go to Rite Aid to pick his medicine up. I'm freestyling like a motherfucker. So now she like, all right, cool. I hope he feel better, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, bet. So now.
You didn't ask her what she wants, you feel so bad?
I ain't even ask her. So now my girl, she like, yo, you better hurry up back. So I'm like, yo, I'm coming back tonight. Yo, no bullshit. I wound up getting back. I wound up getting back probably like 4 in the morning or whatever the case may be. Soon as I got in the crib, probably like 15 minutes later, I hear a knock at the door. Boom, 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 boom. So my girl, she like, yo, I'm glad you came back. She like, yo, I told you, I had a feeling that your parole officer probably was gonna pop up at the crib just around the time I had a 9 o'clock curfew. So I'm like, yo, you right. So now you just hear the knock again, but it's a knock like a male knock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, that don't sound like no female knocking on no door. Yo, I looked out my window, man. It was so much fucking police sitting out there, man. So I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So now I'm telling my girl. So she like, yo, you lying? She thinking I'm bullshitting. So I'm like, yo, I'm dead ass serious, man. It's mad police out here, whatever the case may be. So she hurried up, jumped up, she getting dressed and shit. So being that we taking so long, like I said, I don't know. I didn't know how the feds operate at this time. I know if regular parole come to your crib, if nobody don't answer, they gonna leave. Yeah. So I'm telling her like, yo, don't even answer the door. Just leave that shit. Don't answer the door. So now, being that nobody wasn't answering the door,
she was made it worse.
They started knocking the door down there. Now they got the battering ram shit.
They got the boom.
Now you hear it. They knocks the whole door off the hinges. Boom. Knock the whole door off the hinges. So she goes out there, whatever the case may be. So they try to tell her to come in the hallway. So she like, yo, I got a brand new baby in the room and shit like that. Nah, I mean. So now I see the guns. They comes in the crib. I see the guns or whatever. So my baby son wakes up and shit like that. I mean, but at the time he really was sick though. But I ain't take him to the. He had like a little bullshit cold. Yeah. So now he gets up from the bed or whatever. I don't want him to fall off the bed and shit like that. So the police telling me like, yo, listen, man, you gotta get down on the ground. So I'm telling them like, yo, I ain't getting on no floor. I told him straight, I ain't getting on no floor. My son's sick. I ain't getting on no floor. So they see I was serious. He like, yo, get down. I'm like, yo, I'm not getting down on the ground, man. My son is sick, man. Cause my bed is high as shit, so I ain't want him to fall off the bed. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, and he was crying. So I'm like, yo, I'm not getting on the floor. I mean, so then what they did was they ain't say nothing else to me. He like, all right, cool. So they wanted to let my girl back in the room to grab my son and shit. Okay. And then they wanted to put me in handcuffs and shit like that. So so at this time, I still don't know what they locking me up for at this time. I mean, so I'm like, yo, what y'all locking me up for or whatever? So they're like, yo, we gonna let you know when we get down to where we going and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So before they came in the crib, I wound up hiding my phone. I mean, I had mad other shit on my phone. I wound up hiding my phone and shit. So now the police like, yo, listen, man, we gonna take you with us and shit like that, but where your phone at so you could call your girl to let her know that you all right and shit. I mean, so I'm like, yo, I ain't got no phone. So that you ain't got no phone? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no phone. I done turned my shit off, hid the shit between the mattress. So I'm like, yo, I ain't got no phone. I mean, so they're like, all right, cool. So one of the officers or whatever, ATF dudes or whatever, they like, yo, listen, man, we gonna stay here. We gonna stay here with her and shit until they put a new door in there because they knocked my whole door off and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool, that'll work. That's the only thing I was worried about. I mean, so I'm like, all right, cool, that'll work. So make no story short, they want to put me in the police car, whatever the case may be. They takes me to the Fed building, whatever the case may be.
Downtown.
Yeah, put me in a little bullpen and shit
MDC?
like that. Nah, we was in MCC.
MCC, yeah, downtown, man.
Exactly. So I'm still asking, like, yo, what's going on? What's up? I mean, I'm thinking this for some other shit. So I'm like, what's up? What's going on? They're like, yo, we gonna let you know this, that, and the third.
You in the bullpens and shit. Bullpens are all brand new, nice and clean.
Yeah, shit all nice and clean, brand new. Know what I mean?
Like, what the fuck is
exactly.
this?
Exactly. Mind you, I don't know what this shit is on some other shit. Yeah, shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So now they like, yo, you got an indictment and shit. So I got an indictment for what? I mean, then that's when they tell me, yo, you got a conspiracy indictment dealing with 6ix9ine or whatever the case may be, racketeering, bunch of gang shit, this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. So I'm thinking, like I said, all right, when I go to court, I ain't been around this nigga in 7 months, 7 months. Know what I mean? So I'm thinking this shit like the state. Yeah, I'm like, yo, when I go to court, they gonna give me a bail, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Or they gonna
I ain't do shit.
I ain't been around for this nigga.
Yeah, I ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I go to court or whatever the case may be. Before I even go to court, I see the lawyer that they gave me. So the lawyer like, yo, listen, man. You know, I'm asking him like, yo, what's up, man? But I'm getting out today. He like, you getting out? Motherfucker, where you think you going? So I'm like, nah, I'm getting out. I ain't had nothing to do with nothing. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yo, listen, man, you ain't going nowhere, whatever the case may be. This the first court date, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, yo, man, normally you would be able to put in motions to knock certain shit down. He like, yo, this ain't the state. Used to the state, this ain't the state.
It's like you guilty to proving yourself innocent.
Exactly.
It's opposite than the state.
Exactly. And you know with the feds, it's like, you got to go to trial to show them that you
you ain't got no choice.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go to trial to show them that you ain't do nothing. I mean,
you don't really want to go to trial either. But
yeah, because 9 times out of 10, you know the motherfuckers got a high conviction rate. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you ain't really beating that shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, because when I first got locked up, that was my whole shit. Like, man.
So you sitting there, did you see anybody else you knew?
Nah, mind you, they already locked up already. Shotty, they already locked up. They already went to jail already. I mean, I'm talking to them while they in jail. Oh, they still good. They went to probably like 1 or 2 court dates. I'm talking to road murder, whatever the case may be. He's in prison and shit like that, FaceTiming me or whatever. So I'm asking him at the time. I'm like, damn, this the crazy part. I'm asking him like, yo, what's up, man? This when they locked up. I'm like asking him like, yo, what's up, man? They ain't mentioned nobody else. He like, nah, you good, bro. This, that, and the third. You ain't been around this in months, man. You straight, man. This, that, and the third. So now I'm still running around with Kiss at this time they locked up. So Kiss like, yo, man, I know you happy, man. You see what I told you, man? I told you that was going to happen, man. He said, man, I know you happy from stop fucking with that kid. I know you happy that you stopped fucking with that kid. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, bro. That shit, man. That shit was a blessing.
That shit was spooky.
Yeah, that's what I told. I said, man, that shit was a blessing. He said, I told you, man. He said, I'm glad you stopped hanging around him. Know what I mean? I told you, man. He said, you know that nigga doing a bunch of goofy shit, reposting shit on Instagram. Like, come on, man. So I'm like, nah, you right, man. Unbeknownst to me, they had me in the Cobra clutch.
You was already in the mix.
Yeah, they had me in the Cobra clutch.
But the good thing is that you went off to do something else.
I wound up going to do other shit. You know
so you was in indictment like on the low.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, but like I said, that shit.
How many people got indicted?
It was like 14 of us. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, that shit is a setback, though. You feel where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I mean,
that shit is like a setback.
Especially when
leaving my family again. Yeah,
when you ain't do nothing.
That shit is a setback.
I mean, you just came around just like you would come around with me. Yo, come over here, Pete. All right, come on.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what the fuck I done did before you came.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And like I said, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm going to trial, man. I ain't do this shit. You would have thought
he would have tried to defend that shit. But being that he was mad at you because he thought that you robbed him or you had something to do with that.
He was just basically saying, like, when they asked him about the shit at the radio station, like, this is 50.com. He was basically saying, like, because they showed him my car, they knew who the police they know shit, but they want you to agree to what they saying. You know what I'm saying? So
they want to confirm it.
Exactly. So they showed my car to him, and he like, yo, that's drama shit. You know what I mean? Showed him my picture, oh, that's drama. So that's how I got tied to that. You know what I'm saying? Because of my vehicle. You know what I mean? So he like, oh, that's drama.
So then what happened after that? They charged you with
They wound up charging me with conspiracy and racketeering and conspiracy, whatever the case may be. So they wound up locking me up, or whatever the case may be. So
wound up going to MCC.
I wound up going to MCC.
Stayed in MCC. I
stayed in MCC for like I stayed in MCC for about a year.
Yeah,
I stayed in that shit from 2019 to 2020. From MCC, I wound up going to Brooklyn MDC. When I went to Brooklyn MDC.
For those that don't know about MCC or MDC, was there anything you could tell them about that jail that you can remember that's not good, or anything else that you see while you was
MCC was like, that shit was like a filthy ass jail, man. Mold and on the showers, that shit was crazy, man. Know what I mean? That shit was filthy as a motherfucker, know what I mean? With MCC, know what I mean? But only thing I liked about that shit, I mean, I had my own phone, you know what I'm saying? So that was my main thing and shit. That shit had good high spots for me, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing I liked about MCC. You can't move around the building unless you go to fucking lower library, then you just can't run around the building. You know what I'm saying?
You one unit stuck all day.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You just one unit stuck all day.
And you got transferred to.
I wound up getting transferred. Yeah, because I got sentenced. That's how they was doing it. Once you get I pled guilty. No, I got sentenced. Matter of fact, I got sentenced January 30th, 2020. Once you get sentenced, that's how they had it back then. Once you get sentenced, they moving you to Brooklyn MDC.
Did the feds try to get you to tell? I mean, did they ask you?
Yeah, hell, my lawyer.
Have you seen anything?
Yeah, my lawyer was on some shit. My lawyer was like, "Yo, man, listen, man. I see that you did a lot of fed time. A lot of state time. This, that, and the third. You still on state parole. Like, yo, listen, man. You could go home today. You could go home next week. Yo, man, just." I know you basically know something about like as far as crimes getting committed and shit like that. I'm like, nah, I don't know shit. I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then he asked me another time. I'm like, yo, then I told him, nigga, I'm like, yo, listen, man, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Yo, stop asking me that shit, man. Stop asking me that, man. You see my criminal history. You see my jacket, man. Stop asking me that. You know what I mean? Stop asking me that. What's the most they could give me? What's the most they actually could give me? I ain't do shit. So what's the most they actually could give me? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Only thing I was guilty by association. That's basically what that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling them.
You ain't commit no act.
Yeah, show me something that I committed.
Yeah, you committed an act.
Yeah, show me something that I did to where you could say, yo.
You see how bad the system is? That even without you even committing an act, without basically knowing what the fuck going on or what transpired, they put you in jail, you did 5 years.
And I wound up doing 5 years, bro.
Just crazy.
Over some goofy shit. Over
because,
some shit that,
just for showing up.
You know what I'm saying, though? Just for showing up.
No, just for coming up because you didn't do nothing.
Just for showing up. But you know how I look at shit, Piss? I'm going to keep it real, right? At the end of the day, right, I got around it. I feel I got around it because, like, my record is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get around it, but I feel damn,
you
man.
got a second chance. You got a
exactly.
third chance.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's because I really thought, like, damn, I ain't never coming home from this shit.
Yeah.
This how I really thought. This how the feds will have you thinking.
That's how they have you thinking.
They courthouses is different. They shit look like you can eat off the rug and that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know these niggas is handing out numbers. This how I'm looking at it. You feel where I'm coming from?
As soon as you go in there, they offer you 130-something years.
And they putting that on the table for you.
They don't even describe it as years. They describe it as months.
Exactly. Then I'm thinking about, like I said, when they first locked me, I'm like, damn, the feds, like, this some John Gotti shit, man.
Yeah.
For real. Fuck, bro, I'm like, you sure you got the right nigga?
Yeah.
Word, like, you got the right person? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You sure it's me?
You're right.
That's like some John Gotti, Al Capone, like.
Boy, I felt the same way too. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, these dudes is.
Nah, for real, like, I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah. What's this, hidden cameras in this motherfucker? Like, what is Candy Camera? For real. America's Funniest Videos or something? Like, fuck I'm doing here. Know what I mean? Crazy. And that's how I really felt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But after a while, I'm like, damn, this shit real. This shit real. Know what I mean? So my whole thing was this, like, listen, man, I gotta take that 77 to 96 months. I ain't playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hoping I get under that. You know what I'm saying?
It's at the end of the day, you got a second chance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it sucks. You had to do 5 years.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You wasn't around your C, you know, your baby and all that. But at least you home and you got a chance to, you know what I mean? And you got to experience it. Now you know what I mean? Sometimes we gotta sit back and do the knowledge before we jump out the window and be like, yo, let me go hang out with this, because you don't know what these guys been involved.
That's a fact.
So, you know, sometimes we know us, our loyalty and us being good guys, you know, we want to be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Because,
that's a fact.
you know, you was going just to go. You know what I mean? Let's just go like anybody else. Yo, let's go. Come on. It's nothing. I mean, what else we gonna do?
No, you right.
So, and you got caught up in their 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And since you've been home, did they ever give you any stipulations as far in regards to don't ever say nothing to your co-defendants?
Yeah. You know they give you like the little stipulations to stay away from a convicted felon and stay away from your co-defendants and shit like that. We catch you around your co-defendants, we're gonna violate you or whatever. But for the most part and shit, my probation don't even like fuck with me and shit like that. He don't even fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I ran and went and got a job on him, man.
Yeah, of course.
For real. I ran and went and got a job on him. I work in the shelter. So I ran and went and got a job on him, Piss. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I mean, I'm trying to get off papers, man. I ain't been off of papers in years, man.
No, you need to get off. You need to travel.
That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You want to be able to experience some things and with your kids. Because now they're at that age where you could take them places and they fun.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
And it's fun being a dad.
Exactly. 100%, man.
It's a blessing being a dad.
100%,
First and most importantly.
Yeah.
But it's fun also. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man.
Because I only tell you that from my experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have more or less the same shit. Going to shit that I went to jail for something I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? My kids are all grown up. Oh, they became men and shit like that. I'm in jail.
Yeah.
So it's,
but you still looking at them as their kid, though.
You feel me? So
yeah.
and it's like, no, I had more kids. I came home and I got kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because I love kids, you know what I'm saying? But, and they funded me, and I never got the chance to really experience me raise my kids. So the feeling is Gucci, is great. I love it. I love the bond. I love to go out and get the ice cream, go to the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the regular shit.
Yeah.
Because most of us, we either had our dads either in our life or they wasn't in our life, and if they was probably wasn't even
half-assed. Yeah, they was half-assed. Yeah,
they wasn't active.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel me? They wasn't active as we are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you've been home. You've been home 2 months.
2 months.
While you was in there, did you went to school? Did you accomplish some things?
I got my GED and shit like that. So like in there. Yeah, no. I got my GED when I was in the state. When I was in Sing Sing, I got my GED or whatever. So once you got your GED, pretty much or whatever the case may be, when you in the feds or whatever, you ain't really gotta go to like school and shit. I had like some little bullshit porter jobs and
Once you
know
got
what I'm
your
saying?
GED, you ain't got to really
I had like some bullshit porter jobs and shit like that. Know what I mean? But
porter job is just
cleaning up and all that shit. Yeah, cleaning up in the hallway, cleaning up in the hallway just to get outside the housing area. Yeah, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No, but like I said, the most important thing that I got, like far as being in the feds and shit like that, man, you meet some good dudes in there, man.
Yeah, of course.
And I met a lot of good dudes, man. I met a lot of good dudes, man.
There's a lot of great men in there, of course.
Yeah, that's never coming home. You know what I'm saying, though?
But that should be all of us motivation to keep focused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not ever go back to jail.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For those brothers that ain't never gonna have that opportunity or get the opportunity to ever sit on Dog in the Yard and have this chat.
Exactly.
They don't have this. There's no platform to really. We don't have a voice when we go to jail.
Nah, it's over. You gotta depend on your peoples out here.
That's why this is Dog in the Yard. This is the voice. This is where you get to tell them what you went through and all that. So these young brothers is out there lost and all that. They can know that it ain't easy and how easy it is to get caught up.
Exactly.
Just by going to hang out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just
trying to hang out. Just trying to hang out.
Just trying to hang out.
Just trying to hang out.
We just trying to leave the block.
You can lose your life like this. You can lose your life like this, either to the streets or to the prison. Know what I mean? Just trying to hang out. You feel where I'm coming from?
I was gonna ask you in regards to prison reform. Do you think that is necessary? I mean, do you know what's prison reform?
Yeah.
Think it's necessary that we need prison reform?
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah. We definitely need prison reform, man. I mean, and like I said, man, like at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna keep it real, man. At the end of the day, man, like I be looking at it like it's our fault, like the older people's fault, like the reason why the youngins be acting crazy and doing dumb shit out here because they don't really got no guidance, man.
Yeah, but that's why we got to step up because we have the strength, and if you got that power and that strength, you got to be able to go out to your community because it's your community. Exactly, it's your hood. Exactly. So it's if you raised in that hood, is our job to at least help these brothers, at least enlighten them, or because they don't have nobody coming up to them like, yo, my man, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, you bugging the fuck out.
Exactly.
You could get 25 years.
Exactly.
The Uzi, what you about to shoot? What you doing? You can stop something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything. You know what I'm saying?
You can stop anything. You can stop him from getting 25 to life, or you can stop him from losing his life.
There you go.
You can stop one or the other.
So I think us as, being the older guys around the neighborhood and all that, and having the energy that we have, and the platform and anything like your reputation or anything, for you to it's never too late to turn around
at all
and say, you know what, let me help these guys out and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gangster.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And rather than pushing these brothers and all that, and letting them kill itself, because nowadays everybody hurting each other, or be in gangs and all that, and there's
That's a
no
fact.
money involved.
Yeah.
There's no money involved. Like, I go to Rikers Island, and there's no money involved.
That's a
I'm in there
fact.
like, okay, so
All that Instagram beefing and
what
you doing a
what
bunch of
happened?
stupid
this,
shit.
This guy, woo, woo, and I shot him, and I'm like, for what? Like, oh, this guy was with, Matt Baller, and this guy was.
Nah,
I'm
that's
like,
a fact. That's how it be too,
and I'm
though.
saying, but hold up, but where's the money? I mean, what was the arguing about? Like, what was? Oh no, it was none. It was just that they was from their hood, and we from over here. And I'm like, but don't you know that if you die tomorrow, and all my friends that died already a long time ago,
Everything gonna still
the
be
hood is
moving.
still there. Everything is still there.
Everything gonna still
I was
be
gone
moving.
for 17 years. I can't hold it. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? Rikers Island is still there. After leaving 30 years, I ain't still the same shit. So, that's why, I got motivated in doing the show, because I feel the need. Like I'll be a sucker to have the strength and the influence that I have. You know what I'm saying? For me to be going out there and not educating these brothers or enlightening them on certain shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you pussy. Doesn't
Exactly.
make you less of a man.
Exactly.
And you can rep. Listen.
Whatever you want to
Whatever the
rap.
fuck
You know
you
what I'm
want.
saying? No, that's
That's
exactly.
OG shit. Like,
Exactly.
Like back in the days, I was on the island when the Bloods was up crazy. There was the Beacon and all that came back from the feds. But I also was there before all that when it was 5%ers.
Yeah,
what I'm
5%
saying?
is guard bodies.
God,
Yeah.
yeah, I was a 5%er. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you is that is about enlightening the young brothers. You know what I'm saying? And let them know that they have choices. You know what I'm saying? So I only tell you this because you have a voice. All of us here, we have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta utilize that voice for these young brothers. For whatever you want to do, your rap shit, putting these niggas on, you gotta first control their mind and get to where they get their attention and make them realize that there's another way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because they be so fucked up and caught up with the
They be so stuck in one way.
yeah,
thinking this
social
is the way.
media now.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of things
social
that
media fuck a lot of people's heads
right,
up too,
and
man.
a lot of us, we kind of older, so social media ain't shit to me.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, yes, I have it. Yes, it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what I do, my platform and
Exactly.
what I done.
But you don't abuse it. You don't do none of that shit. Yeah, no question.
I'm not doing nothing
Yeah,
extra.
exactly. Know what I mean?
Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm saying to you just came home. You went through some experience. You out here. You got your kids. You doing the right thing now. Now where you work at now?
I work in a shelter in Brooklyn.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Good
work
job.
in a shelter, man.
You hear
Fuck
me?
with this music.
Good job. You
Yeah,
hear me?
exactly. That job should keep me grounded, and
No,
that should
this
keep
is
me out the
it.
way at the end of the
You
day. You know
gotta
what I'm
keep
saying?
a job, brother.
Got
A lot
to.
of guys
No matter
come
what
home,
you're doing, though.
they want to be a rapper, and they don't want to work.
That's a fact. It ain't gonna work.
They want to stay around, and they want to wait for somebody to put them on, give them a hands out. All right, somewhere and it's just not like that no more. You got to be able to work. You got to work, bro. There's nothing wrong with getting a job.
No, ain't nothing wrong
Like
with
on
that.
some G shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nobody gonna give you no bread, take care of you like that job. That's your job. That's your foundation. You need that. So, my thing to you, man, you for the short time that you've been home, I'm gonna tell you, so you're doing good. You're doing good. And this is one of my best interviews since I started today.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just letting you know. Yeah, I know when it's real, when it's genuine.
Yeah, no question.
You feel me? So I love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing.
No question.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate that.
And I'm
for
going to
real, man.
support anything that
I definitely
you
appreciate
got
that,
going
man.
on.
Yeah,
I got,
I appreciate that, man.
I got whatever I could help out.
no question.
Yo, Pete, this, that, holla, CK.
You know I'm a holler. You know I'm reaching out.
That's
You know
what
I'm
saying.
definitely
Yeah,
reaching out,
you
man. I'm
reach
reaching out, man.
We go to studio.
That's a
This is the
fact.
studio we work at right here.
Yeah.
You from Brooklyn, from the Bronx. You got some guys. We put them together. They do joints.
Let's do it, man. I'm with that, P.
Anything,
Let's do it. I'm with it.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
No drama.
No
you know
question.
What I'm saying? No, and
I like to tap in with real motherfuckers, though,
yeah,
P.
because
I'ma
it's
keep it real.
genuine.
Yeah.
And it's good. Listen,
All that fake shit, I don't be with none of that shit.
Listen,
you know what I
man,
mean?
forget about all that. It's about being who we are. When people go to jail, whether you fake or not, when you go to jail, all the walls got to come down
Exactly.
because you will get tried.
That's a fact. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't care who you is. Yeah.
better stand up firm and be the person you said you was in the street.
Exactly.
Because if not, you will get tried. Correct?
Exactly. Now you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I want to also just a question. Do you think programs and shows like this, Dog in the Yard, is it great for the youth?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Because, like I said, once they like certain youths and shit like that, man. I don't give a fuck if it's 10 youths, man. Long as we grasp and get a hold of one youth, man, to where we could change them and turn them around and shit like that. That shit is good for me, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No, but
Absolutely.
this definitely is a good platform.
Yep.
100% this is a good platform because of the things that you do talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Are you involved in gangs?
Yeah. I am.
Okay.
I am. Yeah, hell yeah.
What?
I am. I'm blood. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, but
Okay.
at the end of the day, man, like I don't like I said, man, I don't utilize my power in like negative situations and shit. I don't do that.
need.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no need.
Ain't no need for me to do that. You feel what I'm
You
coming
ain't got to
from?
do all that, man. And just because
certain shit ain't even worth it. You feel me?
Well,
like
that-
I just be looking at shit like, yo, like why? Like, you know, some certain things not even worth it at the
I
end
just
of
don't
the day. You know
understand
what I'm saying?
how we can all live out here, right, and rep different colors because we ain't got another choice. What we gonna do? Gonna continue to kill each other, go to jail? You know, and then you go to jail and they got all the brothers separated.
Exactly.
Shit
On
is-
some stupid shit.
this
yeah.
shit is weird as fuck.
Geographical.
I'm like,
Yeah,
all
that's
right, what
and
the
that's
fuck-
how the feds
what
is.
else?
That's why
What- you know,
the
so-
feds is like that on some geographical
Yeah,
shit. You
so
from
shit is-
Midwest, you from the South.
Yeah,
you
no, but even
blood
on the
card.
island, I go to
Yeah,
Rikers Island
exactly.
right now. They got all the Bloods, Crips, not living together,
different hoods and shit like that.
This shit
Nah,
is the
man.
weirdest
I
shit.
mean,
I'm like talking to
that
them
shit
and I'm
is-
telling them like, listen, when
That's
I
why-
was in jail, what mattered to me was respect.
Exactly. That's it. A motherfucker
don't
gonna fuck with
care.
you all. I don't give a fuck what you is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying though? As long as you carry yourself
that's
correctly,
it. And you respect.
niggas gonna respect you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Absolutely,
As long
man.
as you standing on 10, a nigga
So
gonna respect
I'm
you.
getting a team together. I'm working on going to Rikers Island and bringing certain people on Rikers Island.
I'm with it.
And I'm definitely gonna have CK. We're gonna stay in contact. Have you know? I definitely would like to have you on deck
All
to
right,
come
bet.
in there and all that. You know,
I'm
I
with
think,
that.
I
I'm
think
with that.
I think we could probably do a couple of things together. I
I'm
have
with
other
that.
brothers that they Bloods and all that. You know, and they. You know, we give you a title, special gang specialist.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what
with that.
saying?
I'm
We
with
ain't
that.
gotta we
I'm
ain't
with
gotta
that.
catch. You know, everything is ain't gotta be where just because you down with a gang is negative.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
So we're gonna
100%.
change that. You gang specialist. You know about this gang shit.
Exactly. 100%.
You be able to relate more than I.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
100%.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can relate to a certain degree.
To a certain degree.
But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't relate like you can. And I won't even try because I'm not.
Yeah,
You feel
no
what I'm
question.
saying?
Yeah.
So, with that, man, Trouble, man, I appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah,
It's
man,
a
I
dope
appreciate you,
motherfucking,
man.
interview, man. You know what I mean? What you keep doing your thing, man. Whatever you doing, rep your what you doing out there as far as the music. Like let me know. Whatever,
Yeah, man.
what you looking for?
When I was in the feds and shit like that, man. Make a long story short, man. I just started a label, OBH Brooklyn or whatever the case may be. When I was in the feds, I had met a great dude from Philly, man, named AR Ab or whatever the case may be, from Philadelphia or whatever the case may be. So me and him started a little branch off label or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm pushing right now, man. OBH Brooklyn, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's what I'm doing
So you
right
looking
now.
for
You know
new
what I'm saying?
artists?
Yeah, I got 3 artists. I got 3 artists as of right now, whatever the case may be. But
Okay.
I'm definitely looking for some artists, man.
You know you got to get paperwork. You got to
Yeah,
lawyers. you know,
100%.
You wanna be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to, you know, conduct your business. Anything you need, any help in regards, plug you in with a lawyer and you know anything like that. We here.
All right, bet. You know I'm gonna reach out
You know
to
what
you,
I'm
Piss.
saying?
I'm
just saying,
definitely gonna reach out to
any
you.
knowledge and shit that you know that you working on, son. Because I will reach out too. When I'm going to Rikers Island, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put you on the list. I'm gonna make sure make sure you get trouble, man.
All right, say no more.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's on deck. He need to be on that list to come on there.
All right, I'm coming. You know,
what I'm saying?
you hit me, man. I'm coming, man. I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm coming, man.
You know, it'll be all after. You know, nothing to interfere in your job. You know
All right,
what you're
bet.
doing.
I'm coming though. I'm coming.
as long as we can count on you. That's
Yeah. I would love to do things like that. It's gonna be a first for me, but I would love to do it though.
No, it'd
You know
be
what I'm saying?
great, man, because it's real.
Yeah, I definitely would love to do
We
it.
ain't bringing somebody from the other side. We
Exactly.
bringing somebody from where they from.
Exactly. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. I'm
Anyway,
with it,
with
man.
that being said, man, Dog in the Yard, Pistol Pete, we got drama in the building, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Out here doing the right thing, focus. And with that being said, till next time, man, stay blessed. You already know, your boy Pistol. What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard. First and foremost, I want to thank my brother Drama for coming through, keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? You know, he did his 4 years. He's out here. He works at the shelter in Brooklyn. Got a job. Still doing his career as far as rapping. You know, he got his little label going on. He got his artists that he's signed into his label. You know, he's working. But the most important thing is that he's out in the street. He's out focused after doing 4 years for something that he didn't really do. He just went out to hang out like anybody else and got caught with a conspiracy. Because that's how easy it is. You could just simply just hang out with a particular group for a couple weeks, a month, 2 months, and next thing you know, the feds is ready watching them. They've been doing a lot of activities just for you being around them. You know what happens? The day they pick them up, they're gonna pick you up. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, youngsters, that it's easy to go to jail, especially in the feds. All it takes is 2 people and more to say a story about you. And it could be a lie, and it's gonna go through. So with that being said, you know, drama, keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And we here, brother. You already know your boy Pistol. Dog in the yard.